What is up, you guys? Jamming with Jamming Outdoors here. Today we went to Lake Bastrop up in Bastrop, Texas. Anyways, went to the South Shore Park, open from 7 to 7. A pretty park, one of the few places that further west of Texas and Central here that the loblolly pines grow. It's a park here. Been recovered from Bastrop that was destroyed by some wildfires a few years ago. Nice ramp, nice docks. There's the lake. Heading north. It's the south side of the lake. Cabins you can rent. Pull your boat right up to the banks to the cabins. COVID kind of had them down, so you couldn't rent them yet. This year, as of right now, but it's a nice ramp. I got to give it to them. I like the incline. You can see there where it, steps down right before you get to the water. Built very nice. They did a very nice job. To get into this park, it's probably $5 most of the time. You just pay, and they give you a little slip you stick in front of your windshield there, let you know you're there for the day use. You got to be careful with this ramp with that incline. As you can see, my boat is floating. I don't barely have my trailer in the water. My boat's already floating off the ramp, so that's why I was holding it. And it just came right off. Very easy. But that's the docks there. Got places you can park your boat. Got rubber bumpers on inside and outside. There's those cabins I showed earlier. Both inside and outside locations to park your boat on these nice docks. It's got moorings you can tie your rope off to. Rubber bumpers so you don't bump into it too hard and scuff up your boat. And then off in the distance there is the day use for the lake. There's a beach area there, places for people to swim, picnic tables, things of that nature. Overall, it's a nice park. I gotta give it to them. It's worth the $5. Here we are going to our first spot. Head north from the South Shore ramp. Try to give you an idea of what this lake is like. So let's go down here to our avionics map down there at the bottom. There we go. There's the ramp there to the bottom left. And I went out to this little point here, and the edge of the vegetation where the green meets the white, kind of a drop off there. I fished right up in there and picked up a few fish. Just trolled around there. Then I went to the other side of the lake and came over here. It came over here to this location where this power plant has that little inlet. And if we zoom in here, show you. Anyways, this is kind of where I fished. It's the power plant inlet, and we lost count at 60. I caught probably 85 to 100 fish. I stopped counting at 60. This power plant was pushing water along with a south wind coming out of there, and it just was pushing bait out of that location. So, but we'll get to that in a minute. This is that first location I was talking about off that point, right on the edge of the vegetation. Fishing a light tackle, so just didn't want to try to swing the fish in the boat to try and bend my hook and either break the line or. But it's a slot lake, so 14 to 21 inches, you got to throw them all back. So I mean, they were definitely, a lot of them were inside the slot. And here we are, the same vicinity, doing the same thing, just dragging that Ned rig along the outside of those vegetation edges. I was picking up fish on my graph on those vegetation edges, just not picking up any fish inside the vegetation, but it's pretty windy all day. Wind just pushed you around all day, but if you stayed on track and stayed on course, you could really hit some fish along those vegetation edges. And stayed with that Ned rig on those vegetation edges. And once again, I didn't want to try and swing him in the boat. Just used the net and got him in. Another slot fish, another good fish inside the slot. Once again, you can keep the fish under 14 and keep over 21, but anything inside that slot you got to throw back. Kind of show you an idea of what I was talking about. So this is by the other side of the lake where this generating plant is. You can see the fish just boiling the water, just chasing shad, about half-inch shad. Once you match what that shad pattern was, that's when you started reeling in fish, and it was just one right after the other. Here's one off of a fluke. I used white chartreuse fluke, and then once I ran out of those, I switched over just to a plain white fluke, and they hit that. Another fish inside the slot. Got him up in the top of the mouth, which is one of the key places where it doesn't come out, and you have to kind of pop it out of there. We stayed out here all day from 7 to 6 o'clock, and those fish just boiled the surface all day. And we switched over to Carolina rig, grub, and salt and pepper, ghost, whatever color you want to call it, just a ribbon tail grub, and we Carolina rigged it, just dragging it along through the grass, and fish would just nail it. Another fish inside the slot, but like I said, it was like this all day. I mean, I stayed out there all day, and fish were just boiling the surface. You can see back in the background there, we're doing it again. So, but just like any fishing trip, comes to an end. Head back to the ramps. See the wind's pretty windy, but not white capping wind. Anyways, this is Jammin' with Jammin' Outdoors. We had a good time. Thanks for watching.